quick demo just to give an example of a small piece of code running in, say, a dev environment to combine two tables, one from a new shared environment which tracks sizes of page requests with an existing table that's in both dev and UAT, which currently holds the number of requests for a particular URL. The script is then going to combine that in dev to produce the combined one, and then we'll do the same in UAT. Fairly trivial. The code itself is fairly straightforward. We've got a settings file here in our Bitbucket Git repository, which just says, okay, well, look, let's make sure that we use ANSI standard SQL. And the script itself is fairly straightforward. Again, it says whichever environment I run this in, which will run it twice, dev and UAT. Let's grab that page count size table and let's combine it with the local requests data, take the stuff that we want from that and put it into a new table. Pretty straightforward. We're going to use what's called Cloud Shell to execute that. Before I do, I'll quickly run through these tables. So here we are in our shared environment. The one up here is dev, the other one here is UAT as per the diagram. In the size table you can see the content size here. In both demo and UAT what we have is a similar looking table that has a number of requests rather than a number of sizes. In both environments that's roughly 3 million rows to make it quick. So let's crack on, open a shell. The Cloud Shell itself is pretty cool. It's effectively a fully managed VM that's patched and follows you around the internet as you move, user by user. Really handy for doing demos. So we'll clone that repository that I was just showing you, small code. Give it our password for Bitbucket. And that'll clone it into the local environment. So you can see the source code that we had in our Bitbucket account, ospost demo. Type, we'll go down there. You can see those two files, the settings file BigQuery RC and the script itself, script.sh. And you can see here in dev we've only got the request table. Let's run that script, which is basically scanning through that table and scanning through all of this table and joining them together based on the key, which is the day and the title. And there we go, we're done. Quick refresh of that page. And we can now see two tables in here. This is the combined table now, which has both the content size and the requests, and we can immediately start querying that in our dev environment. There we go. So we have a count of 3 million and a few rows. So let's imagine we're happy with the result of that. We can then go straight across into our UAT environment. And because this machine effectively follows us around from environment to environment, we can actually execute exactly the same code that we just looked at because we're working off the same disk, but just in a new environment. So this is the same folder that I just checked out. While that's running, I'll just explain that the way that we're able to see this first project here is that we've given it explicit permission to these two environments, both dev and UAT, using what they call a service account. Very simple, so one-click setup, give it a name, generates a key, and then that key can then be used in our script and can be stored in configuration files environment by environment in the normal way you would when you're controlling source and configuration through different environments. And that's us done again. And there we have our new table in UAT now. So we've now got synchronized environments in both dev and UAT. The one final point I'll make, which we made in the demo, is that because these environments are all exactly the same, so dev, UAT, test, shared, all environments are equal, you can throw petabytes of data into all those environments. Copying those environments, restoring them for backups and so on is a lot easier in these environments. So what we tend to do is we tend to backfill those environments, cleaning out, tokenizing any sensitive data, much more commonly on a platform-based solution like Google than we would normally do, because the amount of processing you have at your disposal is just immense. Hope you enjoyed the demo.